Un problema che molti clienti hanno da gestire: come automatizzare i controlli security SAP. Sta cambiando negli ultimi anni la gestione di questo aspetto. Si è passati infatti da una situazione dove un audit, una verifica nel corso del tempo poteva essere sufficiente, a una situazione dove è necessario controllare costantemente che tutte le configurazioni e le possibili vulnerabilità siano presidiate. Sono infatti moltissimi i controlli da effettuare, manualmente sarebbe impossibile farli e garantire la conformità nel tempo. Ma c'è una soluzione che potrebbe aiutarti a riguardo, la scopriamo oggi. Presentaci Protect4S in 15 secondi.
Hi, good day everybody, and thanks for watching. My name is Joris van der Vis. I'm one of the co-founders of Protect4S and really happy to tell you a bit more about what we do. I'm working as an SAP security specialist, and we are a company that specifically focuses on SAP security. Already for over 10 years, we work in this challenging field. We deliver software solutions in the area of SAP vulnerability management, patch management, configuration management, and we offer SAP certified solutions in that area to really help customers better secure their mission-critical SAP systems. We do that together with a network of over 30 partners worldwide. And additionally, we do our own SAP security research, which until date are already more than 100 vulnerabilities that we reported to the SAP security response team, that in turn develop security patches for that. And that in turn really helps for their SAP customers to run their business more secure.
Che cosa significa verificare continuamente i sistemi SAP per Protect4S?
Yeah, thanks. That's a good question. Automation and continuous protection is really important. It touches an important topic. What we see a lot at customers in the past, but still today, is that they are really struggling to keep up with strong and good SAP security. For example, just to mention the implementation, for example, of their monthly SAP security note. SAP systems are really complex. Checking them like we do for over 2,000 checks is simply not possible anymore manually. Therefore, automation is a must to get and stay in control. Apart from this, it's key that you don't do this just once, right? But really embed this in a process to be compliant and secure all the time, not just once. For example, if you have some spare time to work on SAP security. Therefore, automation and a proper vulnerability management process are essential. Protect4S vulnerability management supports you and automates that process for a large part. So yeah, that's definitely important.
Ma per quale motivo una società dovrebbe gestire in questo modo questa tipologia di rischi?
Yeah, again a good question. Why one short audit is not enough anymore, if it ever was in the past, right? So what we see typically is that one, risk has increased. For example, COVID really forced companies to have employees work more remote. So the internet plays a more important role nowadays, but it already did. There's a lot of cloud-based scenarios, integration scenarios, other internet-based scenarios. So these SAP systems typically tend to end up more and more connected to the internet. And risk evolves continuously. Therefore, proper insight into that risk is also needed. Also, and that's the second point, there are different kind of audits, but what we see typically is that the Big Four and other auditors traditionally do not really zoom in on what we call system hardening. So, for example, patch management or configuration management, technical hardening are often not really part of an audit. Instead, audits zoom in on SOD, so segregation of duties, role conflicts, but not really what we call the other side of the security coin. And that typically creates a blind spot for this topic, while yet a misconfigured system can be taken over quite easily. We do penetration testing ourselves also, And it's not that hard. More than 9 out of the 10 customers are what we call vulnerable to many misconfigurations or missing patches or wrong parameters, for example. So audits, typically done once a year, are not enough. SAP security deserves much more frequent attention. So there really needs to be a mind shift for many customers, and they should really address this topic and implement a proper vulnerability management process.
Per utilizzare il vostro strumento è necessario, come in altre, ad esempio soluzioni presenti sul mercato, andare ad installare degli agenti o modificare alcune funzionalità già presenti in SAP affinché sia possibile controllare tutti questi eventi e configurazioni?
So, the short answer is no. Using Protect4S is very straightforward, easy and fast to implement. You only need to install a central SAP certified add-on, create some connections, and you can start scanning. There is no need to install any agents, and the add-on that you install centrally is installing objects in its own namespace. So we don't touch any standard SAP coding.
Quando decidiamo di installare la vostra soluzione, è necessario prevedere dei sistemi ad hoc dove sarà installata o possono essere riutilizzati dei sistemi già presenti in azienda? Qual è il footprint delle vostre soluzioni?
Additional hardware is definitely not needed. Protect4S, the add-on is installed on one of your existing SAP systems. It can be traditionally an SAP solution manager, or if you have any other ABAP stack, then that's fine as well. Some software requirements do apply, but yeah, we can basically install Protect4S on an ABAP stack. And a common architecture is to install Protect4S in a central place and scan your SAP landscape from there. If needed, you can apply a logical separation, for example, between production and non-production systems, and work from 2 scanning systems then. The footprint for customers is really low. Again, there is no extra hardware needed. And additionally, there is no real impact when scanning SAP systems, as we optimize the scan engine to be fast, but also with a minimal performance impact at the same time. For example, we only use one work process at the same time on a system that we scan, so that's really neglectable.
Questa è una domanda che facciamo tutti, per cui anche in questo caso è d'obbligo. La vostra soluzione è un prodotto certificato da SAP?
Yeah, so when it comes to certifications, we currently hold 2 SAP certifications for Protect4S, our vulnerability management solution. And one is for integration with SAP NetWeaver, and the other certification that we have is for integration with S/4HANA. This underlines our commitment to try and deliver quality software that integrates easily with your existing SAP systems.
Dimmi se la vostra soluzione è formata da diversi moduli oppure è una suite unica.
Yeah, so at the moment we have our SAP vulnerability management solution available for customers already for many years. We were one of the first in the field to deliver SAP vulnerability management software, so we have quite a strong track record there. On top of that, we are working on a threat detection module that is able to detect active threats to customers' SAP landscapes. As we see our customers and in general the SAP user base to evolve in terms of maturity, yet still many customers really need to work on their security hygiene and the basics and start with the first steps. But some customers already have made significant steps there and have a need for additional capabilities. So that's why we are working on this additional functionality. On the roadmap are more features in the future, like SAP code scanning, for example, but yeah, we really see that there is still a big need to secure the basics and really work on hardening, patch management and configuration management.
Bene, abbiamo visto che Molte sono le funzionalità che possono essere utilizzate nella vostra soluzione e quindi decidiamo di fare il passaggio successivo. Parliamo degli aspetti economici di licenze. Quali sono le metriche per il vostro software?
In terms of licensing, I am convinced that we have one of the most simple, easy and affordable licensing modules in our line of business, in our field. So it's really easy. You only pay for productive systems. The rest of your SAP landscape is included. Also, support is included. And typically we have customers that buy yearly subscriptions. No matter how many users you have or how many application servers or clients or whatever, licensing is just based on the number of productive systems. The rest of your landscape is included. It's really that simple.
In base alla vostra esperienza, quanto dura un progetto dalla fase di implementazione al suo completamento durante l'utilizzo di questo strumento e la sua attivazione?
Installation and configuration of Protect4S is easy, as mentioned before. You can be up and running in a couple of hours, depending, of course, on the number of systems that you connect. The good news also is that the add-on is de-installable, so you can quite easily do a one-time assessment or a proof of concept. You basically just install the add-on, create the connections, run some scans to get all the insight needed, and then if you want, you can just de-install the add-on and not be left with the add-on in your systems. And that enables us, unlike many competitors, to do a really fast and easy proof of concept. Let the customer really see the added value in their own systems with their own data, because we think that's important. We can give a lot of PowerPoints or nice flashy demonstrations, but seeing is believing, especially in your own SAP landscape. So that's why we can do that fairly easy.
Durante questi progetti, quali sono solitamente le persone che vengono coinvolte in azienda per installare, configurare e poi andare a utilizzare queste soluzioni?
So the installation and the setup is typically done by the basis team. However, when it comes to the mitigation part or remediation of findings, then you might really need to involve the authorization team or the database team or the operating system team, network team or other teams. We check over 2,000 items and they touch almost every team involved in the security of SAP systems. So this is not just on the application level, but also on database and operating system level, for example. You cannot just leave the SAP security to one team. This is really a multi-team effort and challenge.
Onno, che cosa suggerisci a chi è interessato ad approfondire questa soluzione?
Yeah, exactly. As mentioned, a proof of concept is easy and is really a logical next step for interested parties. We do this all the time, and it has proven to be an efficient and perfect way to showcase the added value that Protect4S can deliver. This is cost-free, and we are happy to provide customers with a lot of insight and pointers towards a more secure SAP landscape and a more secure business.
Se sei incuriosito da questa soluzione e vorresti approfondirne le sue funzionalità o vedere direttamente a sistema come funziona, contattaci tramite la pagina contatti del nostro sito.